Tuesday. Time for coffee chat. All right. Looks like we're all here. Welcome in. Let me get over to YouTube real quick. I forgot to do this the other day. It was disastrous. I mean, it really wasn't that bad. I made it sound worse than it was. Let me get over to YouTube. All right. Then we'll get started. Welcome in, everybody. Good morning. This morning, I don't know what I like. I know I'm always late, but this morning, for some reason, I had it in my head that I needed to empty the dishwasher, and I'm just like emptying the dishwasher. And then like I have this realization, and I'm like, wait a second, I have coffee chat this morning. What time is it? I mean, that's like story of my life. That's like every Tuesday. I'm just like, wait a second, it's Tuesday. All right, let me do this. Yeah, it was let me add some coffee. Oh, let me first switch this over to subscribers only, and then I'll add some coffee to the buy it now. All right, let's see. Boom. All right, here we go. All right, I know you like my album. I forget who makes this one. Oh, this is is this? You know, it's so crazy because I just literally picked up one of her pieces in last night's video, and I'd never heard of her before, and I looked her up last night, and I never put two and two together. But yeah, it's the same artist that I picked up in last night's video, the floral luminary thing. It's the same marking. That's so crazy. All right, let me add coffee in here. So crazy. We do coffee chat, and then I always forget to add the coffee. All right, let's see. Coffee. Oh, there's a bunch of coffee mugs that pop up. I will add all of the coffee. And you know what? We have some coffee that I need to add in that actually isn't listed right now. I think some of the fall flavors that we have in stock that isn't listed. So I have to get that listed for you guys. And then I have to figure out what the fate of the coffee brand is. I was thinking about it this morning, and I'm thinking that maybe we just like have one or two flavors to keep going, but we have to find a new roaster. It's called Slatington Marketplace. Sage told me about it. Oh, I guess she's packing. She's like, oh, she went to college up in that area, and she's like, there's this place up there. You should go and check it out. Yeah, she was writing down all the places she went to when she was up in college. All right, so coffee is listed. Now let's pull up our notes and get started. So for those of you who are popping in, for those of you who are out on slating, like slate. I think there's like a slate mine out there. Slatington Marketplace. It's actually in an old lamp factory. Crazy enough. An old lamp factory, isn't that fun? All right, so for those of you who are out on Facebook or YouTube, this live right here is all about Niknaxnet, which is my e-commerce marketplace. It's a little bit of live selling, a little bit of buy it now. We have multi-day auctions, and it's like all the best all in one. We have over 40,000 members, over 100,000 listings, and just about 4,500 sellers. So we're growing very rapidly, and we'd love to have you as part of our community. That's like our whole thing is we try to think of ourselves as more of a community, and I think that really helps. Thinking of ourselves as a community and not just every man for themselves. But anyway, let me get us to our notes. It's Niknax. Niknax.net. I spelled it wrong because everybody spells it wrong anyway, so it really didn't make sense to spell it right. That was my thought process anyway. I was like, I could spell it right, but I feel like most people spell it wrong anyway, so we might as well. Thank you for your coffee purchases. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. This is okay. Okay, so quick story about the coffee is The coffee was actually roasted by a friend of ours, her and her husband, out in New Jersey, and she had some health issues, and she did pass away around Christmas time. So her husband, I don't think, is interested in carrying on the roasting, and so we kind of, I have so many plates spinning that I think this was just kind of like, kind of like a sign for me to like maybe kind of let that one go for now. And then maybe I'll pick it up at a later time. She was an amazing lady. She was an amazing lady. And you guys hear me talk about the Basset Hound rescues. That was Donna. That was Donna. So when you saw me pick up Basset Hounds, and I always said, oh, I'm going to get this for Donna. That was her. So really, really into Basset Hound rescues. And she would, do raffles and stuff for all the not just one Basset Hound rescue, but lots of them. So she's very, very amazing lady. So if you want to do anything in her honor, you can always donate to a Basset Hound rescue that you can find online. Make sure they're reputable. Okay. So we are currently at, thank you. We are currently at 42,550 members. That's 432 new members since last week. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I feel like that's the step up from last week. Although last week I feel like we were about that. Like we were kind of like, chugging along, and now we're seeing like an uptick, which is awesome. So welcome to all of our new members. We love having you here. Yeah, it is a step up. We see a little boop. Oh, thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. And the truth is, every little share helps. Like every little mention, every little share. Even if you have like 15 friends on Facebook, just being like, hey, look what I bought on Niknax, and like posting a picture of it. All of that helps, and we appreciate it. That's what being part of the community is all about. Just spreading the the good news. That sounds very cultish. Shouldn't have said that. But anyway, thank you. And welcome to all of our new members. We currently have 4,517 4,517 sellers. So I did add some new sellers. I'm in. That's 38 new sellers. So welcome to all of our new sellers. I did go through some of it. We had actually quite a few applications come in. I was like doing good. I had it like down. I was under 800. And then I looked at the applications the other day. We're up over 800. And I was like, okay, here we go. But that's so great. That's so wonderful. To continue to have this, this desire for sellers to come in and join our community and to want to sell here. It's a sign that we're doing something right. So welcome to all of our new sellers. If you are a seller who would like to go live, I want to remind you to go and look at the chat channels. There is a chat channel that's, I believe, I do this every week. I'm like, what is it called again? I think it's called Get Started, Niknax.net. So that is, when I say chat channels, it's a column on the left side. Thank you, everybody, for your coffee purchase. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to be busy today with coffee. Thank you very much. And also thank you for your purchases in the Buy It Now. The items featured in the Buy It Now are almost entirely from around the marketplace, from our sellers. There are 2 items that are auctioned. I'm trying something new, which I will talk about later. And I'll explain something that you guys might be able to do as well. But all of the Buy It Now items are, in fact, around the marketplace. So you're supporting sellers in our marketplace. It's awesome. All right. So yes, chat channels. Niknax information is where you want to go. And if you click on that, you will find apply to go live. We should maybe reword that because you're not really applying. You're just doing onboarding, and it's just telling you what buttons to press. So you're not applying. There's no application. It's not like yes or no. Basically, you're just learning how to. So we shouldn't, I'm going to change that right now. I'm going to say learn how to go live. Save changes. All right, I just changed it. There you go. Now it says learn how to. I like live sales training too. I'll have to mull that over. Live sales training. That's like more short. That's short and sweet. Do we like live sales training? How to go live sales training. We need it to be like, okay, let's see. Live sales training. Yes. We want it short and sweet because it's not going to, okay, live sales training. Live. See, we make such good decisions when we're all together. You know what I'm saying? Live sales training. Okay, there it is. Ooh, live sales onboarding. I think that's good. Onboarding. Because that's what we call it anyway. Onboarding. Live sales onboarding. All right. There it is. Okay. So let's check that one off the list. All right. So if you would like to go live, you can go there. You can click on that. You will see a link to Sienna's calendar. Sienna is our lead, basically, with district. 300 people brainstorm. So she kind of like heads our market. Well, I am in charge of our market, but she's like my liaison to district. District is our infrastructure. So they do all the technical stuff. They handle like if something goes wrong, they're pretty much our infrastructure and they run all the behind the scenes things and they are amazing. I just make the decisions, on the front of the house basically. And they're behind the scenes doing all of the hard work. They are amazing. So Sienna is kind of the liaison. So she's the one who does the onboarding. And you will see a link to her calendar. You can sign up for onboarding and she will show you what buttons to press and what you need to do. And you are good to go. She will turn on your live selling and you can go live. It's really easy, super easy. Now, if you're a little nervous to go live, I would still encourage you to do the onboarding. Elsie, the thrifting teacher who had that wonderful suggestion on what to call that category or that chat channel there, she puts on a newbie train once a month. That is very helpful to our sellers who maybe have considered going live but aren't all that comfortable. And it's a great opportunity for you to learn what buttons to press and how to bring something to stage and get your toes wet. Exactly. So if you would like to get an idea for that, you can always reach out to Elsie, the thrifting teacher who commented right there, and she can give you an idea for signing up for that train. Okay? But make sure you do your onboarding first because you can't sign up for a train if you don't have your live selling turned on. All right? All right. So we currently have almost 106,000 listings. That's a lot of listings. We do have live selling, and it's right on the homepage, but we have so many sellers who do buy it now listings. So many buy it now listings. So I would encourage you, if you're out on Facebook, if you're out on YouTube, if you're just hearing about Niknax, browse the buy it now listings. I think I've actually... I shouldn't. There was a time when I bought more in buy it now listings than I had in live sales, but I've been doing some shopping lately. I've bought so much through buy it now. I've bought a lot through buy it now. Some really, really cool stuff. So do some looking around in the buy it now. You might find something really cool. And some of my favorite search terms through the buy it now are like studio pottery. I love looking through studio pottery. There's some really crazy fun things in studio pottery, art glass, some of my favorite things. And I just scroll and scroll and scroll until I find cool things that just I like, that's how I fill the buy it now for our coffee chats is I just scroll until I see things I like. And so you can do the exact same thing. So be checking out our listings. Absolutely. All right, let's talk about our event this past weekend because it was so much fun. We had our halfway to Halloween event. That was our monthly Niknax event. We try to do a community event every month, and it is usually led by our fearless event coordinator and everything else leader, Christina. So cheers to Christina for helping her, for herding cats and keeping it all together and making sure that everyone was where they were supposed to be when they were supposed to be there, and if they weren't, somebody else was there to fill in. So thank you, Christina, for making that happen. It was a lot of fun. And thank you also to everyone who popped in, who said hello, who engaged in the chat. You know, I always encourage you guys, like, even if you're not buying, even if you're like, maybe you don't have the budget to buy anything, just the engagement, the chat, asking questions like, how's your day going, everybody? Like, just getting the chat talking and moving is so important, because sometimes it can get like just quiet. And that's always awkward, I think, for the seller and for the people in the chat. So it's really helpful when you like pop in and you see like it's just kind of like crickets, crickets. And then you could just like be like, hey, everybody, how's it going? Christina's really good at that. So taking those notes, especially if you see someone in there, that always helps. So the dressing up was lots of fun. We saw some dress up, and I thought it was very creative and fun. She is really good at it. She's definitely a cheerleader. We had a few firsts. Yep, I think Macy sold our very first limb. I think that was a first arm. There was some concern. That it may have been Matt's actual arm. I think everyone was like, "Show us his arm. Make sure that it's not his arm." But I don't know. Have we checked? Has anyone checked on him? Has he had a sale since then? Have we seen his actual arm? Do we know for a fact that he wasn't? No sale since then. Ooh, no more rings. Oh no, nobody's seen his arm since then. I don't know. Macy might have some explaining to do. Oh, that's so funny. There she is. Oh crap, busted. He was disarmed. Oh, that's so funny. That's a good one. Fragile, I've been disarmed. Christina said, like, I have a clip. Christina filmed it. Like, she like screenshotted it, and she like, I might have to post that. I may have to post it. I might have to like be like, only on Niknax. Only on Niknax can you buy an arm. Although I don't know, I'm not on the other place. Although I shouldn't say that. I do creep around there occasionally. Research. So we should say also Fragile. It's Bob Ross. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. I mean, like, that was also very surprising. Like, just jumping in that sale and be like, whoa, Bob Ross. with a brush meant for poultry. That was really good. So lots of fun with the halfway to Halloween. Thank you everyone who participated, whether that was through a time slot, the live sales, if you were listing stuff. If you were listing stuff through the Buy It Now, I did feature both categories on the homepage, both Halloween and fall decor. So I appreciate all of you who did make Buy It Now purchases in those categories. I was seeing the Buy It Nows in those categories. And so that was really fun too. It was just a great event. They always are. I love these community events. They're just so fun. I feel like it kind of brings everyone together. And it's a great opportunity, to get involved, together. It's a great opportunity to get the community involved and to get to know each other a little bit better. All right, let's talk updates. So not only have we updated our guidelines, but district has also updated their guidelines. So we're going to go over the district guidelines. Because if you didn't know, the order of things is like Stripe guidelines, district guidelines, our guidelines. So the Stripe is like the overshadowing guidelines, and then you have district guidelines, and then you have our guidelines down below. So when it's like, oh, well, that was just kind of common sense that those are Stripe guidelines. And then I realized that maybe I have to add those to our guidelines because maybe they're not so much common sense anyway. All right, let's see. Where is those? Where are those guidelines? And now I'm not gonna, I had a hard time finding them the first time, so it makes sense I would have a hard time finding them now. You know what? They need a Google Doc. Everything would be so much easier to find if it was. I'm just kidding. It's not. That's very not. All right, hang on. I know what I'll do. District seller protection. That's what I want to look for. Just gotta Google it. Buyer protection. Global community guidelines. Here we go. Let's look, shall we? All right. Ooh. Here we go. Oh, I can't get you guys anymore. Here we go. All right, here. All right. You guys are going to have to forgive my nails. I am trying to heal them. So I took my fake nails off. Now they're all chippy and gross. So I will accept all your hate comments. Sophie's laughing because she knows it's true. All right, what's not allowed? So obviously we have this in our guidelines. No offensive language in titles, descriptions, or usernames or chat. No support of violence, unsafe, or illegal activities. So, a lot of these are in our guidelines as well. And now they may actually have been in district guidelines. I don't think I ever looked because we had them in our guidelines. And, it's common sense. So no fraud, impersonation, misinformation, or any deceptive activities. But what's great about having these in district guidelines is now they can be reported to district, and district will take action. So if you're seeing these things, district will now take action against them as well. It's not just us kicking somebody out for these things. It's also district will take action against them, which is awesome. So, that's like, let's see, fraud, impersonation, misinformation, or any deceptive activities. Let's get down here. Yeah, harassment, bullying, discrimination, or hate speech. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we cover here. Listing and live streams. Be kind and keep things appropriate. No bullying, targeting, or inappropriate comments. Provide clear and accurate listing titles and descriptions. No shill bidding or bidding on your own items to artificially inflate the price. The use of illegal substances during live stream is strictly prohibited. Issues with purchase should be filed through district buyer protection. Chargebacks or disputes filed with credit card providers are prohibited. So chat channels, DMs, and live chats. Keep messages respectful across channels. That means no spam, phishing, hate speech, threats of violence, or inappropriate content. Do not share private communication, contact information, or personal details in public spaces without permission. So this is, we talked a little bit about this last week. I think this was prior. Oh, maybe not, because I think they updated these last week. But this would include putting your phone number, your email. I don't know about your email, but your phone number, your address, your contact information in our chat channels. I wouldn't do that. All right. This also includes sharing screenshots of private communications. So if you're DMing each other, don't be sharing screenshots of DMs with other users. Don't be sharing addresses, so in my mind, this also includes gifting, and we don't allow gifting here, but just to keep in mind, this would also include, if you wanted to gift something, sharing that address with somebody would include without permission, sharing personal details, contact information. I guess this is public spaces, but I mean, keep that in mind. This is something, that I guess this doesn't really fall under here, but always keep in mind, because I know people have gotten mad about this before on other platforms and stuff, but even if you're gifting something to somebody, they might not want their address shared with somebody. Like you giving it to another seller, like, here, can you send this to this person? And then you're sharing their personal information. So keep that in mind when you're gifting, even though it doesn't necessarily fall under here, because this is public spaces without permission, but keep that in mind. All right. Let's see. No solicitation in DMs. Attend live streams. Oh, this is an important one, because we've been having a big issue with this. We're having issues with other marketplace owners DMing our users, our members, our sellers, trying to get them to join their marketplaces. So this is a big one, and it is now against district guidelines. So if you are receiving solicitation from other marketplace owners, please let us know. Or you can report it directly through the message by hitting the 3 dots and reporting it to district. That is now against district guideline. I mean, it was before, but I feel like it's definitely against their guidelines. So also, this is like attending live streams. If you keep getting the same invitation to attend a live stream over and over again, that falls under here. DMs with pressure to make purchase. I mean, you guys got it. Users should obtain explicit consent from district owners to engage in cross-promotional activities. Oh, so this is like, we have no cross-promotion policy. You cannot promote any other marketplace or any other platform. So some marketplace owners will allow that, but we do not. So you have to get permission from the owner, and we don't allow that. So there you go. So here's the enforcement, but these are the new district guidelines. You guys can go check those out. I had to Google district guidelines. They're under here. This one, district policies and programs, and there's prohibited goods and services. We get a lot of questions about these. So there's a whole list. These guidelines overrule our guidelines. Granted, our guidelines are mimic these. So this is like the next level. So even some of these guidelines go above and beyond ours. So like here, no marijuana and other CBD products. I don't think we have that in our guidelines, but it's right there. No paid raffles and purchase-based prizes. We don't have that in our guidelines. It's in district guidelines. So no live animals right there. I don't think we have that in ours either, but you can see it right there. So that's one thing I wanted to go over, is that district updated their guidelines. So you can go and read it for yourself right on their website if you would like. Christina says she put a link to it. There is a link to that. And there's a link in the notes. Oh, there's a link in the notes. You put a link in the notes. I didn't scroll down that far. Oh, never mind. It's literally right under updates guidelines. Sorry, she's texting me. She's like, I put a link in the notes. And I'm like, I didn't scroll down that far. And it's literally like right after. It wasn't highlighted in blue, okay? It wasn't like blue to click on. It was just like, here's a link. I didn't see it. I had to Google it. All right, we made updates to our snack guide, just like a little tweak, but you guys know I like to be transparent about our updates. So we made a little tweak to our snack updates, and I wanted to give you guys an update on snacks. It's not really, I mean, it's not a huge update, but I like to give you guys. Let's see. All right, so quick update on snacks. So all food and drink must be sealed and unopened. I've added this just for clarification. As a result, homemade food is not allowed. Just for clarification, just in case the first two didn't spell that out. I spelled it out right here. Homemade food is not allowed. So this was a good suggestion from one of our snack sellers, that the food is shipped in new and clean packaging. So if you are selling snacks, you are shipping them in new and clean packaging. You aren't shipping them in like nasty old, worn out, like infested newspaper boxes. So I put that on here. No dirty snack. That is very, people pay money for these snacks. They don't want them delivered in nastiness. So I did add that. I also added this, which, we do have some snack listings out there. So this will affect a few of our snack sellers. I am requesting that you add to your individual listings that you are an approved snack seller. Because we are, before it was just like if you are a live seller, include it in your host notes, but we also have buy it now sellers selling snacks. So I'm also asking that you include it in your listing itself, like maybe at the bottom of the listing, just I'm an approved Niknax snack seller, and then the date that you were approved. And then also, fun fact, but only approved sellers can add to the category. I mean, they can tag them, but they will only show up on the homepage if they are approved. You have to send an email to community@niknax.net. I should probably include that. You can see it down here, but it's community@niknax.net. Just send a request. Tell us what you're asking to sell, and then that's about it. We just want to have an idea for what you're selling, and then we'll add it. But you have to be approved in order to show up in the category. So if anyone else attempts to, you can but we're making it harder for you to show up in the search results if you're not approved. Same with cosmetics. So you have to be approved. And then once you're approved, you're going to show up on the homepage. So that's one thing that I did is if you're approved, I'm adding you to the approval list to add to those categories. Okay. Oh, well, Christina, maybe we'll have to update it again. Show a close-up of ingredients and allergy information. That's another good one. Let's add that to that. I'm adding that to the guidelines right now to show a close-up of the photo of ingredients, allergens, and nutrition information. All right, I just added that to the guidelines. All right, in case anyone was wondering, that was just added. Oh, that's a good idea. Ingredients for cosmetic. I didn't know cosmetics had ingredients. Oh, okay. Photo of, I'm going to put photo of ingredients under cosmetics. Got it. All right. That was added. All right. Okay. Perfect. All right. I've got that. Okay. Yes, we do have the we don't allow expired. So let me photos of ingredients, allergens, expiration, and nutrition information in listing. Okay. Got it. All right. We are good on that. Okay. So that was just added. Let me see what else. Okay, listings from Shopify can be posted to Niknax, but you have to email support. So that's not community at Niknax, that's support@district.net. So if you have Shopify listings that you would like to add into Niknax, you can email support@district.net. All right. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to write that in my notebook. You guys thought I forgot about the notebook. I had it right here. Snacks. I haven't lost it yet. I was like scrambling to find it before the live. I'm not gonna joke. I was like, where did I put that? But then I found it. All right, so we have a new feature. It was brought up in last week's live, and I was like, what feature? I feel more informed now. We do have a private toggle in our live sales. So when you schedule a live, there is a toggle that says private. So basically before, in order to be like invisible on it, you would just write test and then you would not be seen. I learned this by putting latest in one of my lives. And because test is part of latest, I was invisible. Now you don't have to put test in the title. You can just do a private toggle. I'm excited for this feature because I feel like this is going to open up a whole bunch of opportunity as far as private lives that can be exclusive, in that we could do potential mentoring and stuff like that. Like paid mentoring. It's something that I wanted to do at the beginning of the year, but I kind of got some feedback that I was like, I don't really like that idea. And I was like, okay, maybe it's not a good idea. But I'm kind of, I've just been brainstorming it over the past few months. And I think there's a way to do it a different way to do it than what I had originally thought, as far as like webinars and doing this, that, and the other, like a more intimate mentoring. And I think that private shows is going to be very beneficial for that. Invite only live streams. Yes. So you would schedule the live stream. It would be invisible to the whole marketplace, but then you could send a link, essentially. So that would be, yeah. Yes. So I think we're probably going to do that. I would still have an ability to see them as the marketplace owner. So, but I think that could be beneficial. Would we ever be able to unbundle over 20 items? Ooh, that's a good question. Let me ask. Can we unbundle over 20 items? I will ask today. Okay. Let me see. Holy smokes. Okay, I will. Okay. Since that is like time sensitive, I'm going to suggest emailing support@district.net because that's kind of time sensitive. You probably have to ship out. So why don't you email them right now, since they're like actively, it's like during work hours. So email them support@district.net. Oh, they're immediate only. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully we get to the scheduling. I think we will get there. I think we will get to scheduling. Okay. All right. Great. Yeah, I do that, Amelia. And then hopefully they can help you with that. Let's see. All right. So the private is fantastic. Okay. I wanted to talk a little bit. We had an issue this weekend. I think it was this weekend, about a verification bot sending messages telling people that their listings had been removed or will be removed. I have a screenshot of one of the messages, and I will show you guys real quick what that looks like. If I can find it now. What day was that? That was, all the way back to April. Oh, I'm on open tickets. It's a closed ticket. is. Okay. I did ask permission to share this image, but let me give you guys a peek real quick. Here we go. All right, so this is the message that some of our users received. Your products are temporarily not visible to other users due to the need to verify your account. You can do this here. Suspicious link, after which all account restrictions will be lifted. If you fail verification within 24 hours, your account will be blocked. This is fake. This is not real. This is a phishing attempt. Do not click any suspicious links. This goes back to the conversation we had last week where I was like, guys, don't be clicking links in the chat channel. This is the exact same thing. Don't be clicking links that you get via Messenger. Don't click links. It's so important. This is why I'm like, maybe just if you have a product you're recommending, post a picture, because it's only going to get worse. That is my motto. It has always been my motto. It's only going to get worse. So please be very careful. I don't know of any way that we can, well, you don't have to worry about us turning, if your listings were to be made invisible, it would be because there was a reason. I would tell you the reason. I would say, and it would come from me or it would come from district. So verification bot, this is a scam. Please be very careful. Okay? Be so careful. Do not be clicking links. I send the messages. I will tell you, we do have Team Niknax is one username that I do use to approve applications. Team Niknax is one that I have. It's Team Niknax, and then I have Jocelyn, Crazy Lamp Lady. But if it's not coming from us, or it's not coming from district, Sienna, Ivan, Eddie, Coy, any of the team districts, do not worry about it. And if you ever have a question, if you're ever like, could this be real? Reach out to us, post it in the chat channels. I saw this posted in the chat channels and I was like, yeah, I was like really proud of you guys. I'm like, yes. So just be suspicious. Be suspicious. Because I don't want to see anybody scammed. I don't want to see anybody taken advantage of. So please just be very careful when you're getting messages like that, and make sure. One thing you can do if you get that message, hit the 3 dots in the corner and click report, because the more reports that district gets on these messages, the quicker they can act on them. Okay, so if you get those, just hit the 3 dots and then report. Okay, so we have, let's see. The paperweight extravaganza coming up at the end of May, beginning of June. And it's a very exciting event. I'll tell you what, there was a lot of signups, a lot of people like scrambling to get signed up for this event. There was some confusion. It is Sign Up Genius. Listen, a lot of us are not fans of Sign Up Genius. It's not ideal. Currently, we have no ideal solution for signups. It's unfortunate. Google Docs is frustrating because people are writing over each other. Sign Up Genius is frustrating because it's hard to navigate. It's hard to sign up and save and all of that. We really have no good solution for signing up. But hopefully in the future, the near future, hopefully we do have a solution for this. But for now, we just have to work with the tools that we have. So at this time, the wait list is growing. You have to email Christina to get added to the wait list. And I would encourage you to do that. You might be like, oh, what's the point of getting added to a wait list? But we do have people drop out. We have people who, forget. Crazy enough. We have people who, have last minute emergencies. There are reasons that people drop out, or, they realize they're not going to have enough. There's all sorts of reasons. So you can email Christina at Niknax.net if you would like to be added to the wait list. Okay. Okay, she is not able to send an email announcing signups. Yeah, she can't send an email announcing the signups. There is no way to do that. We do not have everybody's email. We do not have access to everybody's email. I do not have a way to, even if I did, I have no way to separate sellers from buyers. It would just be like we have almost 45,000 members, and only 4,500 of them are sellers. So it would basically be an email blast to 45,000 people telling them, oh, paperweight signups are tonight. And then all these buyers would be like, I don't care. And that would be like a horrible spamming event. So we can't send emails. And just be here in copy chat, listen for the announcements, know when the signups are posting. Because I always announce when they are going to post. Christina says, please be patient as she makes her way through the waiting list, and keep up with announcements in the Train Gazette. So one thing that you can do to make sure that you are aware of what is coming up, and you can be like notified of the announcements, is to turn on notifications for the Gazette. So you go to the chat channels, you go to Train Station, you click on Niknax Train Gazette, and sorry, I have to figure out, I don't even know what I'm doing. And then you can, here, let me show you. All right, let's see here. You can click this little button right here and turn on all messages. Christina is the only one posting in the Train Gazette, so you're not going to get inundated with notifications. You can turn on all messages right here on this Train Gazette and not get inundated. Look how often she posts in here. It's not going to like kill you with notifications. Chat channels are here on the side. So this is where you find the chat channels. They're over here under listed item, home, blah, blah, blah. And then down here are all the chat channels, and they are expandable. So you want to click on your Train Station, and then on the Niknax Train Gazette, turn on notifications. So right now I have all my notifications off because I get enough notifications, but you turn those on and you save changes. And it looks like here it says Fast Friday Freight time, May 2nd. Signups will be today. She posted this today. Signups will be today at 5 to 5:30 p.m. Theme is pick a color. Sellers have 15-minute selling items of the same color of their choice. Look at all these people. Or maybe that was Christina. I feel like Christina did that. What are the chances that we have a heart of every color? So there you go. If you were following the Gazette, you probably knew that Fast Friday Freight signups for this Friday were going to be posted tonight. All right. So let me take us back to the notes. Oh, you used the green. There you go. All right. Let's talk about snacks again for a second. Have you ordered any snacks on Niknax? Niknax. I feel like it was a missed opportunity not to start another marketplace called Niknax. What a waste. It was like the perfect opportunity. Niknax. You don't see anything like that on the left side. Interesting. What device are you on? device are you on? It's weird. So if you are on our homepage, you will see the snacks. If you are on an Apple phone, I think you have to hit a button to see. I can't tell you right now because I am on my phone. But there's a thing you have to press, and then it opens the side panel, and then you can scroll. Make a thumbnail for Niknax. I know. I was like, when I came up with that idea, I was like, oh my God, Niknax. That's the best ever. Tap the 3 lines at the top, and the chat channels will pop up. There you go. There's some really great snacks out there. I would encourage you to check them out. And we do have quite a few sellers who are approved to sell snacks. So definitely go and look at the snacks. I mean, every time I look at the homepage, I'm like, oh, those snacks look so good. But I don't need the snacks. Or swipe right. There you go. Or swipe right. All right. Before we get to kudos, I have written down some things myself that I would like to discuss. Christina didn't know I was going to do that, but I did it this morning, and so like on the fly. I think actually this is, it's right there on kudos. I'll do that last. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about trying new things. So I've noticed that a lot of sellers are potentially feeling discouraged. Like I know I have felt discouraged in the past when like I've noticed that my sales are maybe starting to like slip a little bit or maybe not doing the best. And in my mind, it's a sign like, oh gosh, I need to change something. I need to switch something up. I need to try something new. That's like my cue. I'm like, all right, what do I have to do different? And I feel like that should be your cue. If you're seeing something like that, what do I need to do different? Because that is always, I am a problem solver. And so when I see a problem, like my immediate reaction is, how do I solve this? But I'm the type of problem solver that I come up with like 7 ideas and I throw them all at the wall and I see what sticks. So it's kind of like a chaotic type of problem solving. But then eventually something sticks and I'm like, okay, I'm going to stick with that for a while until maybe it stops working. And then I'm like, oh, all right, time to come up with a new idea. And I think it works. It does work, obviously. But I think it's so important to constantly be innovating and coming up with new ideas. So I mean, if you look at what I've done personally, in my life, you guys have seen me come up with some pretty crazy stuff. We did the Build-A-Box sales where I was like, I've got all this stuff. Let's build some boxes. That was kind of weird. The Build-A-Box, I had 2 boxes and I was like, what box do you want me to put it in? And then you guys were like 1 or 2. And then we filled the boxes and then we like auctioned off the boxes. We had the selling off the shelf, which I think was inspired by E. Thomas. And you're like, I dare you. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then that just like created this entire like shop the table theory where you're just like selling things off the table. And so it's just like constantly creating these. And then I was thinking like just recently, I was thinking back to how I used to do haul videos at the dining room table. And I was thinking about how much, I still get comments on YouTube about like, oh, I miss when you used to do the hauls at the dining room table. And I was thinking about like how people loved that so much. And I was like, well, what if for my sales, I'm just pulling things out of the bag and we're just selling them right then and there, kind of like the old hauls I used to do at the dining room table. And so that happened. And I had another idea last night where I went shopping at the antique mall. I took screenshots while I'm editing the video. I mean, this could benefit somebody maybe who does YouTube. As I'm editing the video, I'm picking up the item in the video. I'm taking a screenshot of the item. And then I preloaded the sale with the screenshots for pre-bits. And then I'm going to actually unbox those items on Thursday. I'm going to give it a try. We're going to see what happens. I think that'll be fun. We'll try that. Another thing I tried, and you guys may have seen it in the store, I have 2 items in there for auction. they're items for my May 10th sale. One thing I've noticed on District, I noticed this a while ago, is when people pre-bid on an item, it saves the pre-bids. Is that still a thing? Has anyone else noticed that? Is it still saving pre-bids? It is. So one thing I thought of this morning, for a certain amount of time, do you know how long? Because I had this idea where, you know, May 10th is my big sale. So what if I start featuring, is it only 48 hours? Okay, that's good to know. Because I was thinking, what if I feature those items leading up to that sale and say pre-bid before, you know, this date, and then I can like start generating this excitement behind these items and getting pre-bids for it. Like if I feature it in a sale before that sale. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that could be exciting. I don't know. All right, let me pre-bids longer. I'll add pre-bids longer. How? I'm going to add it to my list. How long? All right, because that could be a great idea. But I got to check on that. Maybe I'll come back to you guys next week with an answer. So my point is, like, if you guys have been doing the same thing for a long time and it's starting not to work, like, just come up with a new, fresh idea, you know, just constantly be trying new things, you know, switch up your format. Like, you know, hey, I'm going to have a themed sale. I'm going to do a sale that's all blue. I'm going to preload my sale. I'm going to just do a on the go sale. I'm going to do like, so if you're used to doing one thing, try something new. If you're used to doing pop-ups, you know, start scheduling your sales and being consistent. Have an outdoor sale. Yeah, find a place with nice scenery and have a sale there. Like, there are so many things that you guys can do, but just switch it up is what I'm saying. Try switching it up and seeing what sticks. Just see what sticks. As far as buy it now, consistency. I mean, it goes with live sales and buy it now sales. Just consistency. Absolutely, consistency is so important. You know, listing, like, even if it's 2 items a day, 5 items a day, 1 item a day, 2 items every other day, you know, listing consistently is so important. Is so important. And one thing that like helps my mind work, and you know, when I was listing a lot, was, you know, okay, today I'm going to list all my blue things. I'm going to do all my blue things today. I'm going to do all my porcelain things today. I'm going to do all this, you know, and just listing certain things because I'm ADHD and I need to compartmentalize everything. So I just wanted to encourage you guys, you know, if you are feeling discouraged, you know, just think, I know it will push you out of your comfort zone to try something new. And that's always been I struggle with that, like trying something new. Obviously, it took forever for me to do a live sale. But look where I am now. So, you know, I would encourage you to try. That is your challenge. That is your challenge for next week, is to try something new. All right. There you go. All right. All right. Let's talk about multi-day auctions. How about that? I want to show you guys multi-day auctions. I have a huge kudos to give to Pamela, Thrifting the Globe. She is the queen. We must bow down to the queen, Pamela, because she's the queen of multi-day auctions. I'm sorry to all of our runners up, but she's reigning queen. Every time I look through multi-day auctions, I'm like, what? She is like, she always has bids and she always is bringing it. Here, let me show you. I mean, the other day I was like looking through buy it now auctions. Oh, hey, thank you. Are they nice?
I don't know. I didn't look at them.
All right, I'll look at them then. I mean, check this out. Look at that. Oh, and there's motion too. Look at that. That's another thing. Buy it now sellers. Remember, you can post videos. I mean, look at the motion on that. Look at it. Oh, there's a seahorse. Do you see that seahorse? I mean, she's listed some really great. This is one thing I wanted to highlight because when I was looking through buy it now listings, I was like, what? Look at this. Raku magnets. Those are amazing. I live free. This is my favorite. I am loved. These 2 cats, Raku magnets, starting at just $5 a piece. Yeah, we have multi-day auctions here on Niknax. Look at this. Lots of beads here. There's some agate slate. I'm like, geode slate? No, agate. Oh yeah, absolutely. Make sure you are checking the multi-day auctions because we have some pretty cool stuff. Look at this kokeshi. Oh, that's a toothpick holder. That's really cute. And there's constantly stuff cycling through here. Is it possible to search only buy it now auctions? Yes. Oh, look at this. This is really pretty. I will show you right now. Give me 1 sec. I just wanted to see what else is available. Let me just finish scrolling here. I have to make sure that I see everything. See if there's anything I want to bid on. Look at this guy. He's cute. Okay. So there it is. Make sure you're checking this out. Oh, it looks like they finally got rid of the scheduled listings in there, which is what I was hoping for. All right. So home. Okay. So if you're looking for auctions ending soon, this is where I have it. So you can click through here. It starts from the soonest ending is always here on the home page. So if you're on the home page, the soonest ending is here. And then if you click see all right here, you can, scroll through the rest of them. But if you want to search, you can go to all listings. And then up here, you can actually search auction. Ooh, you know what? I don't know if there's a way to search just multi-day. I think it's multi-day and schedule lumped together. But if you go out to the homepage and you click on that category, then you can see. And you know what? I will add that category to this. Oh, it's already there. Look. If you click collection and you go to multi-day, you'll see it here. There you go. So it is in here. I think this is shuffled. This is a different order, isn't it? Maybe not. Yeah, this is a different order. There you go. All right. So that's the one thing I wanted to talk about was multi-day auction because I saw, Pamela put some really, really nice higher end stuff in there. And I'm always blown away. She had some really amazing Lundberg necklaces, the glass necklaces that you see me wear. She had some really cool ones. And I was like, oh man, I think I threw a few bids on them a while back. And I was like, oh man, but I already had 2 and I really didn't need any more. All right, let's see. If you are an approved seller of specialty items such as wholesale, cosmetics, snacks, what else do we have? I think that's it right now, right? Just the 3. If you are an approved seller of those items, please make sure that you are including that in your notes. Just whatever you're supposed to include in your notes, make sure you are including that in your notes for us. Thank you. I don't know what that means. I've read it 3 times. Anyway, if you need to contact us, you can reach out to community@niknax.net. That is our help desk. So that's for things like, if you think something is happening in the marketplace that shouldn't be happening, if, you're having issues with a buyer or you're having issues with a seller that, you've tried talking to this person and, things aren't really working out, and you want to reach out to us before you escalate it to district, you can reach out to us and we can maybe try to work it out with you. Sellers, you can always reach out to us. Buyers, you can reach out to us too. We do try to be like the middle person before having to escalate it to district. Stuff like that. So community@niknax.net. Christina@niknax.net for events. Support@district.net is like technical stuff. If you are having an issue with buyer seller protection stuff, because I can't make the ultimate call on buyer protection, seller protection. That is district. So they are in charge of the monies. So they're the ones who will have the final say, like, you must refund that person or you're not getting refunded. Like, that's going to be district. So if it comes to that point, you will need to contact district. So support at district.net. Remember, you do, well, that's not there anymore. You do all your report options. You have the 3 dots on your messages to report. You also have, I showed this last week, you have the, in your live sales, as the seller, you have the ability to ban people from your sale who are saying things you might not want said, who are causing a disruption. You can ban them. You have that power. So please remember that. It's a relatively new feature. When I talked about it last week, I realized not a whole lot of people knew about that. But you can ban people. Please get screenshots first and send them to me if there is an issue, because I will make the decision whether or not to ban them from the marketplace. I did ban someone from the marketplace yesterday for making inappropriate comments. Actually, I banned 2 people from the marketplace over the past 2 weeks for making inappropriate comments. If you are making inappropriate comments, if you are sexualizing anyone, I'm going to ban you. There's no reason for anyone to feel uncomfortable while they are live. That's the bottom line. I mean, it's not really in our guidelines, but that's just how it is. That's common sense. So if that's the case, see you later. Good luck on another marketplace. So I've done that twice in 2 weeks, and I will continue to do it. So if we see that happening, so make sure, please, that you screenshot it first. We expect everyone to be respectful to everybody else here. Okay. All right, let's see. Also, so I've noticed that some people are having a hard time reaching district support. Please remember, you can contact support at district.net. That is their email. Support at district.net. That is an email address that goes to their help desk. Usually it's Jerson. He's amazing. So you can reach out to Jerson. He's pretty quick to respond, unless it's nights or weekends. Same with us. If it's nights or weekends, this past weekend was Ashton's birthday, so I was a little slow to respond to help desk. But that is their, what was I saying? Oh, also, totally lost my train of thought there. Also, you should also join their, here, let me show you this. Shout out Jerson. You should join this right here. This is their marketplace. It's kind of a marketplace, but it's more like a forum where you have seller questions, new updates, district support. So you can comment here, and look, Jerson is super active in here, answering questions, giving responses, and helping you guys out. So this is also a great opportunity for you to get some support, okay? So there you have that. Let's see. All right. I think that's really it. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Fast Friday Freight, May 2nd. Signups will be today between 5 and 5:30 p.m. That's when they will be posted. The color, it's pick a color is the theme. 5 and 5:30 Pacific. That's very important. 5 to 5:30 Pacific, 8 to 8:30 Eastern. That's an important one. That's important. And then we have paperweight extract. Look what I had delivered to me. Check this out. Oh my gosh. This was just delivered to me while I was doing coffee chat. I'm so excited for this. Check this out. These were delivered to me just now. I specifically said Pacific. So we are having our paperweight sale at the end of May. Yeah, they are heavy. They would definitely hold some paper. There's one in here that I was really excited about. I want to get a closer look at it. Oh, here it is. Are you guys ready for this? This is the one I was most excited about. I don't know, though. I don't know if it's anything special. I can't tell. What do you guys think? I can't tell. It's pretty neat. Looks like it's almost painted. It's kind of wild. It's not really cane. It's not glass, but it's cool, right? Yeah, it's neat. I was excited for that one. Anyway, so end of May, beginning of June. That would be May 30th, 31st, June 1st, and June 2nd. All paperweights. So you'll see some of these bad boys featured in the paperweight train. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for that. Yeah, I got to start listing too. Hand-painted enamel that was cased. Oh, sweet. Junk monkey with the facts. So got to get those all listed up. I'm super stoked for that. They popped up on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, oh, I need more paperweights. Are they still available? And she's like, I literally just listed them. And I'm like, I'll take them all. She probably thought I was a psycho. I'm never, ever on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm just like browsing, and then they're right there. Like, it's like Facebook knew. It's like Facebook knew I needed those paperweights. And so they just put them right in front of me at that moment. But I'm never on Facebook Marketplace. I hate Facebook Marketplace. It was so weird. So weird. Anyway, so our last thing of the day is practice kindness and empathy. You never know what somebody is going through. That's the same one we had last week, Christina. But I agree. You never know what someone's going through. So remember to be kind and practice empathy. So I think that's it. Sorry, I clicked on a text message. I've got about 5 minutes to answer questions here. Yeah, you can use a default graphic for now. I have to update the graphic. That's on me. You guys can be mad at me if you want. Maybe I'll do a different style. Maybe I'll update the graphic. Should we do it like a brand new graphic that's not the same as last time? Maybe we should. Yeah, maybe we should like switch it up because we had the same graphic like a few times in a row. I'll just like do an entirely new one. All right, I gotta do that. Paperweight graphic. Okay. All right, we got it. Yeah, hold my paper. I still like that title though. Hold my paper. I feel like we should still call it Hold My Paper. That was a great one. Hold my paper. All right. Who all is going to Brimfield? I need to know. Is anyone going to Brimfield this year? That was my question. Wait, hold my paper. Wait, where is that? Oh, it's in Massachusetts. That's heavy. That's so clever. I like that. Only if you swing by and pick me up. Yeah, Brimfield is in Massachusetts, and it is May 12th through the following weekend. Is the only way to do your host notes during your live? Yes. Well, no, I take that back. When you start your live, like when you're in the like pre-live, you can edit your host notes, and then you can like close out. Yeah, you can close out. Yeah, so I have the dates locked in. It's going to be Mother's Day 2026 weekend. I'm just waiting on them to give me the contract. They had a big car show weekend that they were getting ready for, so I don't have the contract yet. But the dates are locked in. I made sure. I'm like, okay, well, do you have the dates locked in? And they're like, yeah. So the dates are locked in. I'm just waiting on the contract. But it's going to be May, Mother's Day weekend 2026. So exciting. I am doing an event next year. Yeah, we're doing Carlisle Antique Show. Yep. I'm just waiting on and then we're going to start planning. I feel like we're going to be 1 year out. Hopefully by the time we put the deposit in and get the contract signed. Yeah, so the date is going to be, let's see, Mother's Day 2026. So that's the weekend of May 10th. So we're thinking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Thursday would be setup, Friday would be early bird, and then Saturday, and then Sunday. Sunday is the last day and wrap up. So that would be the order of things. And Sunday, of course, is Mother's Day. And yes, they do allow camping on site. They do allow camping on site. So that's one of the decisions I have to make, is whether we allow camping at the vendor space or in the parking lot. I don't know. I have to go through it again with him. It was a lot to like. We went around in the golf cart and he's like, and this is blah, 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 and that's that, and this is this, and this is how big the space is. And I'm like, okay. I do not know the answers about Brimfield. But I'm sure you could probably find out on their website. It's like different show fields. I've never been there before. I'm going by myself. So should be interesting. I'm excited though. And I talked about this the first time when I talked about, putting on this show. What we're going to do is, once we have everything locked in and we know the rates, it's going to be different rates. So there's going to be a rate for like the field. There's going to be a different rate for the field with electricity, because there is power hookup. So some of the spots are going to have like just standard, set up a table, you're good to go. And then some are going to be tables with electric. And then we're going to have pavilion. So you're like under the pavilion. And then there's indoors, where there's a building. So you're actually like in a building that locks up. So there's going to be different types and different fees for the different spaces. But anyone who is a seller on Niknax is going to get a discounted rate. So if you're a seller on Niknax and you'd like to be a vendor, we will give you a discounted rate to set up there. No. So actually, I'm going to be working on the Airbnb tomorrow, and I think I have to have the electrician in and the plumber one last time, because I made a last minute decision to change the little bathroom and install a new vanity and a new light. So, I told you guys, like, I feel like it's done, but I'm never going to be happy with it. So, it's just, somebody could stay, they could be very comfortable there. I mean, they've got a coffee machine, they have like toaster oven, all the things, TV, couch. But, I just like making it take longer than it should. Oh, that would be amazing. That would be so cool. Very cool. All right. Well, it is 12 o'clock. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I've got some notes to bring up during my chat, my meeting I'm having in a little bit. But thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. Thank you for joining me for a coffee chat. Thank you for everyone who made purchases in the Buy It Now. I appreciate you for supporting members of our community. I will be live tomorrow for a Goodwill haul, unbagging. And then I will be live again on Thursday for the auction haul from last night's video. And then on May 10th is my big sale where I'm selling lots of my high-end stuff. The bunny. What bunny is that? A bunny? I don't know what you mean. But I think on that note, I'm trying to think of what bunny you're talking. I'm trying to think of the bunny. What bunny, Thomas? I think on that note, I'm going to call it a day. And I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Let's see who we can raid. I'm so confused. Last night. Did I have a bad bunny last night? I don't even remember. I must have. I bought a bad bunny last night in last night's video. Well, yeah, then I guess it's in the sale. It was so long ago. I have to go back and rewatch the video. The blue cat is actually at home on top of my curio cabinet. I know. I'm like, what bunny? I don't remember the bunny. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it. I will see you guys later. Let's see who we can raid though. Let's see. Oh my gosh, we've got so many sellers live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sellers live right now. Holy smokes. All right, let's see how many viewer accounts everybody has. I want to make sure that we get in with somebody who might not have a whole lot of people in there. All right, let's see. Holy smokes. All right, Gigi's Vault Variety is doing clothing, which is so cool. I love to see so many of our sellers embracing the whole clothing thing. I think that's amazing. We have Music City Girl doing a maker show. She's making things. Feral Folk is doing paper stash, binders of die cuts. Nena's doing a live sale. So like she's live selling from a barn, which is super cool. So if you want to go check out Nena, she is doing a live selling. Those are always fun. Those are always fun to do the live selling. I think we're going to go visit Grey Poppy Vintage. I don't know if we've rated her before. So let's go see Grey Poppy Vintage, but feel free to browse 8 live sales happening right now. Just pop around. Make sure you show some support and encouragement. But let's go see Grey Poppy Vintage. Here we go. Everyone have a wonderful day.